you. If you'd like to just go like this, if you'd like to answer it first, or if you'd like for me to repeat the question, let me know.
Say repeat it.
Kieu Chinh?
What's the question again? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
What
So,
do
do you think the Vietnamese are coming to peace with each other? Was the question.
The Vietnam from Vietnam and Vietnam from here.
Or
I think
Quay
from
Mai,
here.
if you have also a comment, if you'd like. Kieu Chinh.
That's a great question, Wayne. I like to encourage, acknowledge Wayne. I know I'm a great admirer of Wayne Kalin's work. He has spent years translating Vietnamese literature. So Wayne was in Vietnam for a
Câu
few
hỏi
years
người
and
Việt
he's
Nam
done so much
ở Việt Nam á,
for
với
Vietnamese
lại người Việt
literature
Nam ở hải ngoại đó,
scenes.
họ
So
có
if
họ
you're
có bình hòa chưa?
interested, you should check out his work. And that's a great question about the Vietnamese, whether we are, making progress on peace and reconciliation with each other. Yeah, I don't think we have made much progress. I think we have made more progress when it comes to making peace with the American people than among ourselves. Because, I think when you have a conflict within a family, you're more deeply hurt. It's like a brother and sisters against each other. We have a legend that says all Vietnamese children of Mẹ Âu Cơ mother and Cha Lạc Long Quân, the dragon lord father. So we are supposed to be one family, and the war really divided us and made us fight against each other, and so many people, so many Vietnamese killed other Vietnamese. So the notion of forgiveness is still very hard. So I know some Vietnamese Americans, for example, they have refused to go back to Vietnam, and they have told their children not to come back. And inside Vietnam, the official propaganda is, like the people who fought alongside with Americans during the war are traitors, and they're still called Nguy, the illegitimate, in our textbooks, and they face extreme discrimination, and that doesn't help with reconciliation. So we still have a lot to do inside Vietnam and outside Vietnam. So I'm a member of the Vietnam's Writer Association. So I think 2 years ago, we wanted to do a conference on reconciliation among Vietnamese writers inside Vietnam and overseas. And I mean, that conference did not work out because the writers from outside Vietnam, they refused to go back. They said, we only participated in this conference if you treat, our side with respect, And whereas there have been many conferences among Vietnamese and American writers, and, they were very successful. But such a conference among the Vietnamese ourselves hasn't been able to take place really. So that's just an example of the difficulty that we face. So my novel puts the Vietnamese people on the center stage, because I wanted to talk about that kind of challenges and difficulties that we still face until today.
Thank you very
Kieu Chinh, would you like to contribute?
Yeah. Well, this is a very sensitive question. But to be honest with you, it is very difficult. The long war has separated us, separated the country into two parts. North communist, South non-communist for years. And then after the war ended, of course, North took over South, and more than 200,000 military, non-military have go to a re-education camp. Therefore, it dig deeper, the separation between North and South, between communist and non-communist. More than 3 million of Vietnamese in the South have evacuated, and now they are all over in the world. From Australia, France, Canada, here, the majority are here in America. So it is very difficult to say that that like nothing has happened. Of course, we are all Vietnamese. We love our country. We love our people. If we don't talk about politics, then yes, everything is wonderful. When family reunited, family, found each other, it's beautiful. But when it comes to politics, then there is unpredictable. It is easy for those who say, let's forgive and forget. But it's not easy for those who have lost so much for the war. They have lost if you don't lost your eyes, your legs, your fingers, your body, and your family. But when you do, and you stay years in re-education camp, that is another story. That's all I have to say. Yes.
Thank you. We got a comment which leads to the next question, and the comment actually talks about Ken Burns' documentary on PBS about the Vietnam War, which gave viewers insight, and this is, I'm sorry, from Sally Fullman, which said that it gave insight into the supporting role that women and men from North Vietnam played to support their causes, and it also made viewers aware that what they were fighting for they felt was justice and freedom. But we've often seen the war only from the American perspective. And so, Kieu Chinh, if you don't mind me starting with you, you've done a big amount of TV shows and movies that look at the Vietnam War. Are there certain things, though, that, especially in what we see here in America in those movies, that are left out that you think people should know about? And why do you think in our media we leave out those moments in our documentaries, TV shows, and other such things?
Well, as a young girl born in Hanoi, Hanoi was the capital city. Beautiful city, full of culture. It was the capital of Vietnam. Suddenly, I was uprooted overnight from north to south. My father threw me on the cargo French plane, transfer the refugee into south by myself. And I became a refugee within my own country, with a life of fear, scare, uncertain, everything. And I start witness a different life, different days, different locations from where I came from, Hanoi. Peaceful, beautiful, cultural. And now I grown up in the war. I start seeing American moving. I see more of military clothing, people on the street. I see tank, I see trucks moving on the street. And then day after day grow up, I see more painful situation. I see many people die. Every day, holding a newspaper, instead of reading the headline, I turn around to look at the back page to see who is dying today. I see more of my friends falling. And then keep moving on. I see more of children, orphanages. And then I see American children. It is painful to see that family separated. Many men die in the frontier. Women, we are not soldiers, but it's so painful. For a mother, looking for their son the body, but can never find it. The wife lost their husband. The children lost their father. Therefore, the life is so difficult. We became so many families became so poor, so difficult, separated, painful, and the war going on escalated day after day. Even in the city, we can hear the mortar sounds. And then later, before the war ended, we see people evacuated from the south, from the mountain, go to the city. We see so many family that they have no home. They live on street under the little carbon little hut, like homeless people. It was so painful, you know, and I think there's so many things there happened in this longest war in America history, 15 years of war. So many stories. Even the war, the culture is there, the love is there, the family is there, and those I do not see much in the movies, in TV shows, in books. I think because most of the movie, the books we have read, TV we have seen, is from the point of view of the outsider. If you are there for 1 year or 10 days, you think that you know about the culture of Vietnam? You think that you know about that long war, 15 years? You think that you know the people there? Therefore, there's so many things we haven't seen in movie, TV show, and books. I do hope that one day we will see a movie about Vietnam, something like Schindler's List by Steven Spielberg, something like the movie Pianist, or Life is Beautiful. This is more about family, people, love, and of course the background is always the wars there. And there are so many books written about Vietnam, but like I mentioned earlier, most of the books is from the point of view from the outsider. But some wonderful books that I have read. The very first one was written by a veteran, Field of Fire by James Webb, or Ride the Thunder by Robert Watkins. Now, Ride the Thunder is the only book I have read that mention most of the books. They never mention the South Vietnam soldiers. It's just like the war. It just happened between America and the communists. Where is the South Vietnam soldiers? The soldiers who have fought side by side with Americans. I don't see much of that in movie, in books, except that Ride the Thunder by Richard Watkins. And by the way, Ride the Thunder have made into a movie with the same title. And I'm honored to be a producer, a co-producer in that movie. And many other, I think I have another book that I love. It's called Fortunate Son by Louis B. Puller, a hero veteran. Now, I'm honored to be here to honor the veteran. This is a veteran. I hope that something like this could turn to a movie. Now, Louis Puller is the son of the very well-known admiral, American admiral. His name was Louis Chesty Puller, nicknamed Chesty because of his chest was full of medal. So this young Louis Puller compare the two life in the family, that the military life, that he compared with his life fighting in Vietnam War and his father life. And this book have win a Pulitzer Prize. Yeah, Pulitzer Prize. And he happened to be my co-founder, co-chair in the Vietnam Children's Fund along with Terry Anderson. The life of a veteran, so painful after war. Not many movie or books mention them. My friend Louis, after years fighting with his own wounds, physically wounded, mentally wounded, and finally, 1994, he put the gun in his head, killed himself. So that is the wounded of war. Now that is only one case, famous case, but there's so many different cases. Not only from America, but from Vietnam as well. And I wish that someday there is, I don't know, another movie, you know, that they have to dig deeper into the culture, into the life, into a family, and into the war.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
I hope, thank you for sharing all of that. And I hope that there's not just another movie, but there's many movies and many books.
Yeah, and actually,
that talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And there's another book that I really admire from a friend of mine called Sympathizer. Now, that book is written by an insider, a Vietnamese, Viet Thanh.
Oh, wow.
Nguyễn Việt Thanh, Nguyễn Thanh Việt, I'm sorry. Now that book is also a Pulitzer Prize. He won a Pulitzer Prize on that. Now that could become a movie. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, from the story from an insider. And beside